Garage Gang, time to roll up the doors and fire up another token teardown. If you're new here, this is where we pull a project into the bay, throw it on the lift, and find out if it's a LEXUS ISF GS460, smooth luxury outside, neck-snapping V8 inside, or just a base IS350 with a loud exhaust and a dream. Today's ride, Ronin, the gaming chain that built Axie's engine, blew it up, rebuilt it, and says it's ready for another all-day pull down the Web3 highway. Yes, we'll hit price scenarios, everybody's favorite straight away, but first the question that matters, is Ronin a real V8 sedan or a dressed-up demo car? Before you roll out, hit that follow, tap the like, and share this with your fellow crypto gamers, degens, and that one friend still running open headers on a stock V6. This shop runs smoother than a fresh 2UR GSE idle. That's the 5-liter V8 LEXUS hand-built for the ISF and GSF. Refined, balanced, and impossible to kill. Quick salute to Christian. Keeps the shop spinning like that engine at Redline. Let's pop the hood. Every great car starts with a crew that doesn't read specs. They feel them. Rodin's pit crew is Sky Mavis, the same builders who turned Axie Infinity from a garage prototype into a global machine. Trung Nguyen sits in the chief engineer's chair. Ex-Anduin transaction software lead, former Lozy founder who scaled a delivery app to millions of users. Alexander Jihos Larson is the team principal, a former esports pro turned strategist who understands gamer psychology like a race engineer reads tire wear. Viet Ang Ho, the CTO, is the master fabricator. He's cut code at Google and PayPal and built the validator and bridge systems that make Ronin shift like a dual clutch. All precision, no grind. Before Ronin, this crew ran laps with Axie Infinity, the Lunasia SDK, Katana Dex, the Ronin wallet, and the Mavis hub launcher, each a test lap leading to this chain. When the bridge detonated in 2022, they didn't junk the car. They stripped it to bare metal, rewired every line, upgraded the cage, and rolled it back out. That's what real pit crews do. They don't post excuses. They post lap times. Their sponsor wall reads like a championship grid. Binance, Animoca Brands, Ubisoft, Yield Guild Games, and validators from every continent. Serious sponsors, not sticker packs. So when someone asks who built Ronin, it's a team with laps on the board and the calm confidence of a LEXUS F performance division. Understated on the surface, over-engineered where it counts. Every bull run drops a new supercar chain, promising zero to mass adoption in 2 seconds. Most end up like base trim sedans with big spoilers, loud, stiff, and still stuck in traffic. Ronin is different. It actually ran laps with real drivers. Built for Axie Infinity, it started as a private track when Ethereum gas fees were melting clutches. Think of Ethereum as the Autobahn at rush hour. Fast cars, no movement. Ronin cut its own lane, a toll-free express route for gamers. Now it's a full racing league. Wallet, DEX, Marketplace, and SDKs tuned for zero friction. Where other chains make players click through gas pop-ups mid-fight, Ronin just drives. Sub-second finality, penny-level fees, and tap-to-play UX that feels more console than crypto. It's built with LEXUS ISF philosophy. Quiet luxury with track day bite. Normal load, it's smooth and civilized. Under pressure, it roars without losing control. It bridges Web 2 simplicity with Web 3 ownership. Log in with email, buy an NFT, trade it in-game, no seed phrases, no panic. Under the hood, it's enterprise-grade throughput hidden behind a friendly interface, a grand tour of Web 3, quiet inside, lethal when pushed. This is the first gaming blockchain built to stay cool at 7,000 RPM. Ronin is a layer 1 blockchain built specifically for gaming and EVM compatible, so it speaks Ethereum's language. At launch, it used proof of authority, PO, just a few trusted validators. Fast, yes, but centralized. So the team upgraded to delegated proof of stake, DPoS. Here's what that means. Proof of stake, PO, lets validators lock up RON to confirm transactions. Delegated means regular holders can lend their RON to validators and share rewards. More drivers on the track, more eyes on the gauges. POA was an automatic. DPoS is a dual clutch gearbox, smoother, faster, and community controlled. Ronin handles millions of daily transactions, sub-second finality, and tiny fees. The bridge to Ethereum was hacked in 2022. Attackers stole about $600 million, but Sky Mavis made it right. They raised funds with Binance, reimbursed every user, and rebuilt the bridge with more validators and stronger security. Since then, zero incidents. Now they're adding a zk-EVM Layer 2 turbo system. Zero knowledge proofs anchored to Ethereum for even more speed and security. Already quick, soon it's supercharged. So yes, Ronin is a specialized gaming L1 with Ethereum's reliability and sports sedan response. Just to keep in mind, Not a bash session, just the owner's manual. First, Ronin is gaming first, not finance first. It dominates in in-game assets and microtransactions. DeFi extras will come later. Second, decentralization still growing. Validator grid expanding, not yet at Ethereum scale. A race team adding drivers while the factory pit keeps the tune steady. Third, that bridge hack in 2022. Attackers used compromised keys to steal funds off the bridge, roughly $600 million. But Sky Mavis made everyone whole. They partnered with Binance, raised capital, rebuilt the bridge stronger, and came back faster. Not a scar, a badge of accountability. Finally, the zk-EVM and Layer 2 upgrades are still in testing. Think Twin Turbo Kit, awaiting final calibration. Bottom line, none of this is bad. Ronin isn't trying to be everything. It's tuned for gaming. And in that lane, it's already the car to beat. Ronin isn't a concept car. It's a road-ready machine already clocking miles with millions of players behind the wheel. Let's talk about what's actually running under its hood right now and what's about to pull into the pit lane. First up, Axie Infinity, the original flagship, the one that put Web3 gaming on the map and the reason Ronin was even built. At its peak, Axie hit over 2.7 million daily players, and even today, it's still sitting around 300,000 to 400,000 monthly actives. That's not hype, that's long-term reliability. A game that's been live for years and still turning laps. Next, Pixels. This one changed the game, literally. Pixels is a cozy, social farming world where players craft, build, and earn inside a living on-chain economy. It migrated from Polygon to Ronin, and the move was like swapping a Turbo 4 for a full V8. Daily active wallets rocketed past 1 million, monthly players climbed to 1.7 million, and the whole network exploded past 2 million daily active users almost overnight. That single game migration lit the dashboard up, a full network proving ground that showed Ronin can handle massive, sustained traffic. And the next wave's already lining up. Through Ronin Forge, Sky Mavis has 7 new games in production. Pixel Heroes Adventure, Cambria, Kororo Beasts, Infomon, Extremeverse, Last Odyssey, and Party Icons. And this summer, Voya Games will drop Craft World, a full on-chain builder where every resource, item, and transaction lives on Ronin. Different genres, same track, all taking advantage of Ronin's cheap gas, fast finality, and player-first onboarding. So yeah, the tires are hot, the telemetry looks great, and the grid's getting crowded. Ronin's not waiting for the market to catch up. It's already running laps, while new contenders are still getting their engines tuned. Competition. Who else is on the track? Now, the gaming blockchain lane is packed, but not every car is tuned for the same race. Polygon, the Swiss Army sedan. Big, reliable, proven. It powers plenty of Web3 games and runs everywhere, but it's a generalist. Great commuter, not a specialist. Immutable X, the lightweight track coupe, built strictly for games and NFTs. Slick UX, big partnerships, and clean lines, but still scaling up to the kind of heavy traffic Ronin's already handling. Solana, the turbo hatchback. Fast, cheap, fun to drive. But it's balancing too many classes. DeFi, NFTs, payments, and gaming. Not fully focused on one championship. Avalanche, AVAX, the luxury performance sedan. A powerhouse with its subnets, letting studios build private tracks with custom rules. Perfect for AAA devs who want control, but maybe a little too complex for smaller teams that just want to race. And then you've got Ronin, the specialist, built by a game studio, tuned for gameplay loops, optimized for speed and onboarding, low fees, fast finality, and millions of players already in game. It's not trying to be everything, it's trying to be the best at one thing, gaming at scale. While others are still testing, Ronin's already lapping the field. And that brings us to where the rubber really meets the road, the current numbers. Let's pop open the dash and check what Ronin's putting down in raw performance. All right, here's what the dash looks like right now. Ronin's sitting at about 38 cents a token, steady and climbing. The total market cap's around $267 million, with a fully diluted value near $385 million, and roughly 2.8 million in trading volume over the last 24 hours. That's not paper trading, that's real liquidity and daily volume, meaning people are driving this thing, not just kicking the tires. Circulating supply, roughly 693 million tokens out of a max supply of 1 billion. So plenty of fuel still left in the tank. Community sentiment, roughly 90% bullish, 10% bearish. That's confidence, not hype. All right, time to fire up the dyno. Lulu's in the booth, tail twitching, glasses on, ready to talk torque and upside. Remember, this isn't financial advice. It's just math with a side of garage flavor. Right now, The total crypto market's about $3.8 trillion, and Ronin's cruising at around 38 cents with that 267 million market cap. That's our idle. The car's warm, but still in park. Now, let's run the scenarios. Scenario 1, cruise mode. If the entire market 5x's to around 20 trillion and Ronin simply holds its lane, that market cap jumps to roughly 1.3 billion, putting the token in the $1.90 to $2 range. That's smooth highway driving. No drama, just steady acceleration. Scenario 2, overtake mode, same 20 trillion market, but Ronin grabs more market share with new games, more users, and that ZK Layer 2 turbo upgrade. Now you're talking a 2.5 to 3 billion cap, token price somewhere around 360 to $4. That's the downshift and roar moment, clean overtake, full throttle. Scenario 3, full throttle. Market still at 20 trillion, but Ronin becomes the gaming chain, triple its current share. That's about a 4 to 5 billion cap and a token sitting in the $5 to $6 range. That's red line territory. Big adoption, big volume, and big momentum. Scenario 4, pit lane. If the market stays near 3.8 trillion and nothing major changes, we idle right here. Consistent output, low stress. Gamers keep playing, builders keep building, and the chain keeps logging miles. So even if the market cools, Ronin doesn't stall. It just keeps cruising. And when that bull market highway opens back up, this thing's already tuned, warmed up, and waiting at the line. Lulu's verdict: the torque's there, the chassis is proven, and now it's all about driver discipline. All right, let's talk numbers, not charts, not hype, just the final lap times from the teardown. Here's how Ronin scores coming off the dyno. Technology, 8 out of 10. The tech's legit, gaming grade throughput, bridge rebuilt, and that ZK turbo upgrade on the way. It's fast and only getting faster. Team, 9 out of 10. Sky Mavis, proven. They've built, crashed, rebuilt, and delivered again. These are race engineers who actually drive what they build. Tokenomics, 6 out of 10. Fair setup, works fine, still being fine-tuned. The emissions curve could use a little more polish, but it's solid for long-haul racing. Product progress, 8 out of 10. This isn't a beta, it's a live ecosystem. Millions of daily users, steady new launches, constant upgrades. That's real traction. Community, 7 out of 10. Strong core, loyal holders, and every new game brings new faces into the garage. Narrative and timing, 8 out of 10. The gaming cycle's heating up again, and Ronin's sitting right in the sweet spot. Not hype, just execution. Adoption and use, 8 out of 10. 2 million daily players and counting. Games live, games coming. That's not a test drive, that's endurance. Regulation and security, 7 out of 10. Bridge hack, fixed. Rebuilt stronger, smarter, safer. Security checks out. Alpha potential, 8 out of 10. If this gaming trend keeps climbing and the new launches hit, the upside torque is serious. So here's the final garage score, 7.7 out of 10. That's pure LEXUS F energy, refined, reliable, but still capable of lighting up the tires when you want to have fun. And that garage gang wraps up the teardown of Ronin, RON, the LEXUS ISF of gaming chains. Quiet when you want it, wild when you floor it. Like, follow and share. We're building this channel one follower at a time. Now, before you go aping into Ronin or any other project, meet the head of technical analysis here in the garage, Lulu. If you're new, Lulu isn't a person, she's a pig. Yeah, a real one. 4 hooves, a curly tail, and a snoot that can sniff out chart patterns better than half of crypto Twitter. She's our in-house market genius. But let's be honest, if you're taking financial advice from a pig without doing your own research, you probably deserve to lose your money. So do your homework, stay smart, and use your head before you use your wallet. For real-time data, live charts, and next week's teardown, head over to gurucryptogarage.guru. Free market data and insights straight from the pit. And if you've got a project you want to see on the lift next, let us know in the comments. We read them all, whether you're watching on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, or even Twitter, X. And who knows, maybe your project will be the next one we roll into the bay. Stay sharp, stay disciplined, and as always, let it rip.